70 million years ago, long before humans ever looked up in wonder at the sky, something far larger than any bird alive today cast its shadow across the earth. This was Arambourgiania, one of the largest flying animals to ever exist. Its wings stretched wider than a modern fighter jet. Its neck rose higher than a giraffe's head, and when it landed, it did not perch. It stood, towering over the prehistoric world like a living crane from another age. This is the story of Arambourgiania, a master of the skies, a hunter of the ancient floodplains, and one of the final giants to fly before the age of dinosaurs came to a violent end. The late Cretaceous period was a world in transition. The planet was warm, sea levels were high, vast, shallow oceans covered large portions of the continents, while inland floodplains stretched for hundreds of miles. Dinosaurs still ruled the land: Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, Hadrosaurs. But the Earth itself was changing. Volcanoes erupted, climate patterns shifted, ecosystems grew unstable. Above it all, high in the sky, glided the great pterosaurs. Arambourgiania belonged to a family known as the Arambourgidae, giant, long-necked pterosaurs built not for flapping endlessly like birds, but for soaring effortlessly on rising columns of warm air. These were not clumsy flyers. They were aerial titans. At first glance, Arambourgiania might have looked fragile. Its bones were thin, almost delicate, but this was an illusion. Like all pterosaurs, its skeleton was engineered for flight. Hollow bones reinforced with internal struts, stronger pound for pound than steel. Its wingspan measured an astonishing 12 to 13 meters, up to 43 feet from tip to tip. Its wings weren't feathered. Instead, they were made of leathery skin stretched from elongated fingers down to its hind limbs. When fully extended, each wing formed a massive, sail-like surface, capable of catching the slightest breeze. Its neck was extraordinarily long and stiff, built from elongated vertebrae. At the end of that neck sat a long, toothless beak, sharp and narrow, perfect for seizing prey in a quick, decisive strike. On the ground, Arambourgiania stood as tall as a small giraffe. This was not a creature that scurried or hid. This was a predator that commanded space. Despite its immense size, Arambourgiania was not a dinosaur. It was a pterosaur, a completely separate branch of reptiles that evolved powered flight more than 70 million years before birds. While dinosaurs dominated the land, pterosaurs ruled the air. Arambourgiania shared its world with massive herbivores and fearsome carnivores, yet it filled a niche unlike any dinosaur. It was not built for combat. It did not have claws for grappling or teeth for tearing flesh. Instead, it hunted with precision. Modern scientists believe Arambourgiania hunted much like a gigantic stork or heron. Rather than chasing prey from the air, it likely spent much of its time walking across floodplains, coastlines, and riverbanks. Each step covered enormous ground. With its head held high, Arambourgiania scanned the terrain below. When it spotted movement, a fish near the surface, a lizard darting through the undergrowth, a small dinosaur hatchling straying too far from cover, it struck. The long neck snapped downward with incredible speed. The beak closed, and the prey was gone. Its diet likely included fish and aquatic animals, amphibians, small reptiles, mammals, and possibly baby dinosaurs. Arambourgiania didn't need to fight adult dinosaurs. It simply waited, watching patiently, taking advantage of vulnerability. One of the greatest mysteries surrounding Arambourgiania is how something so massive ever left the ground. The answer lies in its unique launch method. Unlike birds, pterosaurs used a quad launch, vaulting into the air using all four limbs at once. Their powerful wing muscles acted like a spring-loaded catapult, launching the animal upward in a single explosive motion. Once airborne, Arambourgiania became almost effortless. It didn't flap constantly. Instead, it soared. Thermal updrafts carried it higher and higher, allowing it to travel vast distances with minimal energy. Some scientists believe giant Ajdarchids could cross entire continents, following coastlines and river systems from above. From the sky, Arambourgiania would have been nearly untouchable. The story of Arambourgiania's discovery begins not with a full skeleton, but with a single bone. In the 1940s, paleontologists working in Jordan uncovered an enormous neck vertebra embedded in ancient rock. At first, its true nature was unclear. It was massive, yet strangely lightweight. In 1959, French paleontologist Camille Arambourg described the fossil, naming it Titanopteryx philadelphiae. Later research revealed its true identity, and the genus was renamed Arambourgiania in Arambourg's honor. Though only fragmentary remains have been found, comparisons with related pterosaurs allowed scientists to reconstruct its staggering size. Possible related fossils have since been reported in Morocco, and even parts of the United States, suggesting these giants ranged across vast regions of the ancient world. Arambourgiania was not alone. The late Cretaceous skies were filled with enormous pterosaurs. Quetzalcoatlus, Hatzegopteryx, and others rivaled it in size. Together, they represent the absolute peak of vertebrate flight. No flying animal before or since has reached such scale, and yet their reign was short. Around 66 million years ago, everything changed. A massive asteroid struck Earth near what is now the Yucatan Peninsula. The impact unleashed firestorms, tsunamis, and a global winter that collapsed ecosystems worldwide. Dinosaurs vanished, marine reptiles disappeared, and the giant pterosaurs, so specialized, so immense, were among the first to fall. Smaller, more adaptable birds survived. The age of giants in the sky was over. Today, Arambourgiania lives on only in stone and imagination. Yet its existence tells us something profound. Nature once pushed flight to its absolute limits. Bones became lighter. Wings grew broader. Giants took to the air, not through brute force, but through perfect engineering. When Arambourgiania soared above the Cretaceous world, it wasn't just flying, it was defying gravity itself. And for millions of years, the sky belonged to it.